Good morning students, myself Venkatesh, Department of CSC. Today we are going to talk about code generation. See, code generation is one of the phases of compiler. See, first we have see what are the various different phases of compiler. See, first one is lexical analysis. Second one is syntax analysis. Third one is semantic analysis. Fourth one is intermediate code generation. And next one is, fifth one is code optimization. Next, sixth one is code generation. See, all these are the 6 phases of compiler. See, among these 6 phases, first 4 phases we can consider as analysis part. Again, last 2 phases we can consider as synthesis part. See, we can call analysis part as front end, whereas we can call synthesis part is back end. That means analysis part is nothing but we can call it as a front end. It means the phases which comes under front end is lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis and intermediate code generation. Whereas coming to synthesis phase, we can call it as a back end part. See, in this back end part we have only 2 phases, that is code optimization and at the same time code generation. Here what will happen is each and every phase will take some input and will give some output. If we take the lexical analysis phase, see, this lexical analysis phase will take the source program as output and it will give stream of tokens as output. See here, lexical analysis takes source program as input, it will give stream of tokens as output. Again, in the syntax analysis phase, see the syntax analysis phase, for the syntax analysis phase, the input is stream of tokens, at the same time it will produce the syntax tree as output. See here, the input for lexical analysis is source program or source code. The output is stream of tokens. Again, if you come under syntax analysis phase, the input for syntax analysis phase is stream of tokens. The output is syntax tree. That means here in the syntax analysis phase, we are going to generate the syntax tree. Whereas coming to semantic analysis phase, for the semantic analysis phase also, the input is syntax tree and output is also a syntax tree. Here in the semantic analysis, what will happen is, the syntax tree which was generated in the syntax analysis phase, the syntax tree was checked in by the semantic analysis phase. That means that syntax tree is generated is as per the rules and regulations of the programming language. All those checking can be done in semantic analysis phase. That means in the semantic analysis phase only the checking of the syntax tree will be performed. That means the input to the semantic analysis phase is syntax tree. At the same time, finally it will produce the syntax tree as output. Whereas coming to input code generator, see the input code generation phase, the input is syntax tree. At the same time, it will produce the output is intermediate code. See, what will happen for intermediate code generator? The input is syntax tree. The output is intermediate code. See, what is meant by intermediate code is nothing but it is a 3 address code. It is a 3 address code. See, here what will happen? For the code optimization phase, the input is at the same 3 address code. That means intermediate code is the input for the code optimizer. At the same time, the output of the code optimizer is also a intermediate code. See, we can call this code optimizer phase is optional phase. Why? Because here the input to the code optimizer is intermediate code only, and the output is also a intermediate code. Here what will happen is Why we can call it as optional means here we are going to reduce the number of instructions in a intermediate code. See, finally, for code generator, the input is nothing but intermediate code only, and the output is target code. Target code. That means the code generator will take intermediate code as input and it will generate target code as output. So this is the basic idea of all the phases of compiler. Now we are going to talk about the code generator. This is the last phase of the compiler. Now we are going to talk about that one, code generator. See here, what will happen is, here first we have front end, again we have code optimizer, again we have code generator. See here the input is source program. So the input is source program, the output is intermediate code. See, for code optimization, the input is intermediate code only and output is also a intermediate code. So for code generator, the input is intermediate code, the output is target code. The output is target code. See here, what will happen is, here front end in the sense, see what are the various phases comes under front end? Front end means lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generation. See, here the source program will given to the front end, it will produce the intermediate code. Here code optimizer means, code optimizer will take intermediate code as input, it will produce intermediate code as output. Here what will happen? It will reduce the number of instructions. Finally, for code generator, the input is intermediate code. Finally, it will generate target code as output. Here, this front end code, this code optimization and code generation are linked with symbol table. See, this is the basic representation of code generation. Now, whereas coming to what are the various design issues? What are the various issues designing for code generation? Now, our topic is issues See, what are the various issues we came across while designing a code generator? That means, if we want to design a code generator, we should know about some of the issues. We should keep in mind about some of the various issues. The issues are, first one is input to code generator. Second one is target program. Third one is instruction selection. Fourth one is register allocation. Fifth one is choice of evolution order. So what are the various issues that come across while designing a code generator is, these are the 5 issues. First one is input to the code generator, target program, instruction selection, register allocation. Next one is choice of evolution order. See here we are going to see one by one. See what is meant by input to the code generator. See, just now we have discussed, see what is the input to the code generator? The input to the code generator is intermediate code only. So the input to the code generator is intermediate code only. See, the intermediate code may be represented in 3 ways. See, the first one is linear representation. Second one is 3 address representation. Third one is graphical representation. See, the input to the code generator may be a intermediate code. The intermediate code can be represented as, that means we are giving input to the code generator as such as linear expression or three-address code representation or graphical representation. So what is meant by linear representation? So linear representation is nothing but it is just like as a postfix expression. That means A, B star. That means operand followed by operator. If we give the input like this, that means postfix expression, we can call it as a linear representation. Whereas coming to three address representation, see here three address representations we can call the, whereas if you take the three address representations, we have, there are so many types. First one is quadruple, and next one is triple, next one is indirect triple. Here the three address representations we can consider as three types: quadruple, triple and indirect triple. See what is meant by quadruple? See, quadruple is nothing but it contains four fields. First one is operator, argument 1, argument 2 and the second one, last final is result field. Finally result field. Whereas triple is nothing but it contains, the structure of triple contains only three fields. That is operator, argument 1, again argument 2. Whereas indirect triple is nothing but it is just like as a triple, just we have a pointer to triple structure. See here, if you take the three address representation, the three address representations may be a quadruple or triple or indirect triple. It means the input to the code generation may be in the form of quadruple or triple or indirect triple. Whereas coming to next one is graphical representation. See what is meant by graphical representation? See, graphical representation is nothing but it is just like as a directed acyclic graph or syntax tree. See, in graphical representations, we are going to discuss about two things, that is directed acyclic graph and syntax tree. See, if we choose the graphical representation as input to the code generator, then the two representations are DAG and syntax tree. So, what is meant by syntax tree? What is meant by DAG? See, if you take an example, that is A star B plus A star B. See, if we construct syntax tree for this expression, see first what will happen? See, in the syntax tree, as we know that, see syntax tree, the internal nodes are operators, whereas external nodes are leaf nodes are operands. So what is meant by internal node? Internal node means the node which have child. So internal nodes are operators, whereas external nodes, that means leaf nodes are operands. See, if you take this formula for this consideration, here what will happen is, first if we construct the syntax tree for A plus B, here A star B, here star is the operator, A is the left field, B is the right field. See again, if you take for this expression, for construction of syntax tree, here star is the operator, A is the left field, B is the right field. Again we have plus, it is operator. So here we have plus is the operator. So this will become left chain, again this will become right chain. So this is the syntax tree for the given expression. So we can give the syntax tree as input to the code generator. If you take directed acyclic graph, for the same example, here directed acyclic graph means the common sub-expressions are eliminated. Here the common sub-expressions are A star B is the common sub-expressions. So for this expression, if we draw the directed acyclic graph, see for star, for this one, star is the operator, A is the left field, B is the right field. For again we have same sub-expression, that is A star B. Again no need to calculate for A star B. Simply if you execute the plus, this plus, whenever the execution of plus will occur, this plus will executed, then this will become left chain, again this will become right chain. That means plus A star B plus again A star B. So this is the three ways of representing the input to the intermediate code. This is the first one. Whereas if you take second one, target code. See, second one is target code. See, target code is also one of the issues in code design, code generator. See, what will happen is, see, the output, the target code in the sense, the output of the code generator. See, the output which are generated by the code generator is target code. This target code may be of three kinds. See, first one is absolute machine code. Second one is relocatable machine code. Third one is assembly language code. So what is meant by absolute machine code? See, if the code generator generate the output is target code. The target code is in absolute machine code in the sense the entire program can store in memory in a fixed location and that can be executed immediately. Whereas relocatable machine language in the sense, if the target code will follow the relocatable machine in the sense, the entire program is loaded in the memory anywhere and executed later. Whereas if you take the relocatable machine, we can call it as a object file. Here, subprograms are compiled separately, whereas all the subprograms at the same time, library files and the relocatable files are all linked together with the help of the linker. At the same time, all those are loaded into memory with the help of the loader. Here, we need linker and loader if you take relocatable machine code. Whereas third one is assembly language code. See, assembly language code in the sense, it is in the form of mnemonics. Mnemonics in the sense, add, move, and div. It is in the form of mnemonics. See, among these three, if we use assembly language code, then it is better for the code generator. That means if you use assembly language code, then the code generation phase is easier. Why? Because if the target code will follow the absolute machine code as well as relocatable machine code, it will generate zeros and ones. Whereas if we use the assembly language code, it uses only mnemonics. So we can say assembly language code is better when compared to absolute and relocatable. Here the problem is, even though we are using assembly language code, here we need a assembler. We need a assembler to convert that into a machine language. So this is the target code. Whereas third one is instruction selection. So what is meant by instruction selection? So instruction selection is also one of the important design issue by designing a design issue of code generator. See here, what will happen is, see, if you take an example, A equal to B plus C. A equal to B plus C. Here what will happen? See, first we are moving B to R0. Again we are adding C to R0. Again we are moving R0 to A. These are the instruction selection. First, which instruction we are going to select? All these things we are discussing here. That means first instruction is move B comma R0, add C comma R0, again move R comma A0. So this is the instruction selection. Whereas next one is register allocation. So whereas coming to register allocation, in the register allocation there are two subproblems are there. First one is register allocation only, register allocation, and the second one is register assignment. Register assignment. See, what is meant by register allocation? Register allocation will deals with all the variables that are stored in a particular register. Whereas coming to register assignment, it deals with the separate specific register in which all the variables are stored. If we take an example, for example, here t equal to x plus y, again t equal to t store z, again t equal to some T divided by W. Here what will happen? First we are moving X to R0. Again we are adding Y to R0. Again we are multiplying, here multiplying Z with R0. Again we are dividing W with R0. Again finally we are moving R0 to T. Here what will happen? First moving X to R0, again adding Y to R0, again multiplication of Z with R0, again division of W with R0. Here what will happen is, for the variable Y, Z, W, we are using only one register, that is R0. For the temporary variable, we are not using any register. In this way, we will allocate the register. The register allocation can be done. Finally, the last one is choice of evolution order. See what is done by choice of evolution order. So this choice of evolution order will affect the efficiency of the target program. Here some computations will take less number of registers, whereas some computations will take more number of registers. Here the major thing is you are going to select the evolution order such that order should take less number of registers, then only we can get the correct efficient target code. So all these are the various issues while designing a code generator. So you should keep in mind while generating a code generator. So thank you one and all. Please subscribe DBS Talks. Thank you.